Okay, welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. My name is Diagon Cletus Otute. We are about to run a very simple code and some details in C++. We are about to explain some terms in C++, some basic terms you need to know. So let's clear this thing because you don't need to see out the word now. So first of all, let's talk about data type. So when we talk about data type, someone will ask, what are data types? So data types are kind of variables that can hold things like numbers, characters, and words. And C++ needs these to manage memory and operation. So we have different types of data type. We have int. So the int stands for integer data type. So the integer data type is store whole numbers. Data type store whole numbers. So something like int age. So this type of thing will store whole numbers. So let's move to a different data type, which is float. When we talk about float, float is written like this. And float is used to store decimal numbers, which are less basic. That means it contains decimal place from 1 to 6 or 7. So when we talk about something like that, that is what it is. So you can say something like 8 price. Something like 8 price. Then let's talk about more that one, another data type, that is double. Double is written like this. And double is used to store is the same decimal number, but this one, the decimal place is more than what we see earlier on. For example, let's say something like power. We all know that power is 3.14159, which is more than next thing. So if we finish that one, we have another data type that is called bold data type. The bold, it is used for true or false. It's used for true or false. It's used for true or false. So it is written like this, something like this. It's for true or false. This is how the bold data type 2 is written. It is for true or false. Then when we finish the bold, we have character 2 that is used for single characters. We have string name. We have string that is used for words or text. That is what the data types are. So we have different types of data type. We have the integer data type, float data type, double data type, string data type. You have the bold data type. You have the string. You have the character and other types of data type. So don't forget, this is used for decimal numbers. This is used for whole numbers. That is the 8. So when we finish that one, let's talk about something like sign and unsigned. So signed variables can hold both negative and positive variable, while unsigned variable can hold only positive variable. So let's look at something like this. So signed is written like this. Don't worry, I'll write a full code for all of these things to be explained inside. So sign it, let's take something like sign it j is equal to, and I explained earlier on that sign can be used, the sign variable can be used for both negative and positive. So sign can be like sign minus 35. It can be used like this. But when we come to the unsigned can only hold positive numbers. That means anything like negative 50, the unsigned cannot hold. So unsigned to it is something like this. So unsigned it cannot hold negative numbers, it can only hold positive numbers. I hope we understand. So when we are done about the unsigned, let's move to something else, which is very simple. That is declaration. So you must declare a variable before you use. So when we say declaration, we talk about data type. It's assigning a particular data type to something. Assigning a particular data type to something. For example, this I've done here is a form of declaration. It's a form of declaration. So you there, let me write something here so that you understand. But don't worry, I'll write a full code to explain all this I am saying now. This is data types. When we come here, this is signed and unsigned. This is signed and unsigned. And then when we finish that, I want to talk about declaration. So someone will ask, what is declaration? So we have to declare variable before we use. If you don't declare variable, you cannot use that variable. So something like this. If we want to store the age of users, we need to store the I variable. So for us to store the I variable, something like its age. This is used to store variable. And I have to bring my terminator, which is the semicolon. All the time, this is what is used. So this, I've declared something like this. So let's assume I want to ask a user name. So I'll use string, then I'll bring name. This is also used to store names. So I've declared this thing, so now I can use it. But right now I'm not going to use it. But let's focus on explaining the terms. If I are done, I'll write a full code that will explain each and everything I'm saying right now. So from here, let's move to initialization. Initialization. So when we talk about initialization, it's giving a variable to it's giving a value to a variable we have declared. For example, we have declared its age, right? So now we are going to assign. So for us to assign, we have to bring the equal to signed. Sign age is equal to 25. That means if we see how this thing right now, or we send it out to the console, what will be seen is that age is 25 because we have assigned something to it. So at first it has been declared here, we have not given it any variable, but now we have declared it, and now we have assigned 25 to the age. That means the age is now 25. So if you are done about that, that is not the only way to assign. We have different ways to assign to. Like this is also a way of assigning a variable. So let's say something like int age. Let's say use age. Its age. That is int age. Then we bring our parentheses. Then we put 25 inside. This is also assigning a variable. That means I've assigned 25 to the age. That means anytime the age will pump out, it is going to be 25. So that is how assigning is done. So when you are done with assigning, let's talk about scope. Scope. So we have two types of scope. We have global scope, that is outside the function, and local scope, which is inside the function. So here we can define a local scope here. So local scope. This is a local scope definition. So local scope can be defined here. So something like this, which is a local scope, it will be under the it may. It will be in the it may. So here is the it may. This is the it may. It will be in this arena. But the global scope is what will be above the it may. The global scope is defined in this place. So the global scope is supposed to be here. Global scope. The global scope is defined at where you saw me define it. Let me do it so that when you take this thing you understand. So this is global scope. The global scope is defined here. So we can define something here and we'll still use it. So let's still using the its age for this thing. So now that is a global scope. And down here, the local scope live within the it may parentheses. That is where the local scope lives. So I told you that I'll be writing a full code to explain these whole things that I've said right now. So now I'm about to write the code so that we see how this whole thing is done. So let me quickly comment this whole thing so that it doesn't appear or give us error in the code we are about to write. So let me comment this. Okay, so now we are good to go. Now I'm about to write a code which I will include the data type, declaration, and everything. So now first let me bring the global scope So now I'm about to let me clean this thing so that you may not get confused in the code. Let me erase all of these things. Okay, so now I'm about to use the global scope. Each and everything I've talked about, I'm about to use them in this code. So something like this, let's say int. So now I'm writing the full code, so just pay attention and follow. You will understand everything because I've explained everything, and now I'm just writing a code to explain each and everything I've written. So this is the global scope. I bring my terminator, so this is the global scope. So after the global scope, it is defined. I told you that the global scope is outside the function. So this is outside the function. So now I'm now inside the function. So now inside the function, I'm about to define data types, a lot of data types. So let's just observe. So I have its age, and I'm going to assign something to it. I'm assigning 24 to it. I'll bring my terminator. Then this is integer type. This is integer type. This is integer. And after the integer, let me bring my float2, which is also a data type. That one too, I'm assigning a variable. Let me say 5.64. So the it, let me make it its height. Okay, then I bring my terminator. So this is fruit data type. And the fruit data type, let me come to double. That is double. Let me make it double salary, because some people's salary can be very high. Double salary is equal to, I've told you it is a decimal type, so just have to bring a decimal point. Double. Also, all these things I'm written are the data type. Then I have bool, which is used for true or false. But mostly the computer don't use true or false. It understands one or two. So 1 or 0, sorry, you understand 1 or 0. So some things if you are doing, you have to do it 1 or 0 for easy reference. Okay, then I bring my terminator. So this is a bool data type. And the next one data I would like to talk about character. And I told you character, you have to bring something like, let me say character grade. So we know grade is mostly everything I'm doing here I'm assigning it to. So this is a character. I told you the character always lives in a single quote. So A, that is the character. When you are done, then what about I do string data type to string data type. I told you the string used to take text, so let's say something like string name. Then let me assign name. I'll write my name, so don't worry. Assign name Cletus. So finish that one. Now let me talk about signed and unsigned. So something like unsigned, and I told you that unsigned take only positive numbers. Unsigned takes only positive numbers. And when we talk about unsigned take only positive numbers, so let me say something like unsigned index. sign index. So let me use it to write my index number 2425403294. This is my index number. This is unsigned. So what about I bring signed? So signed, and I told you that signed, as for signed there, you can take any number. So let me bring sign index. Sign index, I'll write the same index, but this time around I'm bringing a negative because the unsigned take negative numbers. 2425403294. Okay, so now I want to print out some things out. So now I'm going to print out values out. I'm going to print out the values out. The values I've assigned here, I'm going to print them out. I'm going to print them out. So now, first of all, let me print out. So see out. Wow. See out first. I signed age. I have age here. Height. So sign age. Sign age. I'm just printing out the things I've already done. So sign age. So the age here is, this is how I store it. So right, it's the way I've stored it. So now I'm printing it out. Now bring my end line. I bring my terminator. I move to the next one, which is see out. Let me see out height too. I bring my end line. Then after which I'll see out the age, the weight. No, salary is the next thing. Yeah, salary. Line, then I'll bring my terminator. Then next, I need to bring out after that. Let me see out the student too. No, I missed the see out the student too. So here see out student. Okay. Headline. Yeah, see out student. After my student, I need to see out the grade too, because yeah, so that means all the things I've stored and I've assigned variable to, I'm seeing them. I'm bringing them all out to the console, so we'll all see the result right now. Yeah, don't worry, you see the result right now. And great, let me see out my name. Forget to bring the end line here. bring my terminator, and let me see out my index. Yeah, see out my index too. Index, so that's the index there. Yeah, so let me bring mama here for easy access. Yeah, bring my headline. When we talk about these things, the data types have the amount of space they take in the computer. So because of that, I'm going to point out their sizes so that we see the size of each of the data type. So let me do it display size of data type. Okay, so let me say bringing out something like this. See out. And size of it. Let me bring out my end line. Yeah, then my terminator. For this thing, let me just copy this code. Okay. Then paste this. Now, okay, so let's run this code to see the results that we will get. Now we'll see how this thing too. Okay, comment, made a mistake somewhere. Oh, supposed to bring the extend. supposed to bring my terminators because those are very crucial when it comes to C++. Okay, I'll come and no, I'm having this problem too. Sorry right now, so that our code can run. Cletus was not declared. I've declared the Cletus. Okay, you can see our code have run perfectly. We have the age here. The float data type is 4 bytes. The size of the each data type is 4 bytes. The name is this thing. So I hope you understand very well. Thank you for coming, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. God richly bless you for coming.